Hello guys, welcome back to Christmas on the Emily Garber YouTube channel. Today I've got a thrift haul for you guys. I couldn't resist going and seeing just what they had. So I actually found some really good stuff, some things that have been on my list. So I'm excited to open these boxes because I actually forgot what I got. So we moved into this home in March of last year. So this is our first year in this home. There are so many little spaces that I am finding I can decorate, and I have pretty much gone all out already, but there's more. We're gonna do more. So if you missed my decorating video last week, you can check that out where I decorated the whole house. But we're gonna add some more in today with these thrift finds, as well as give you guys some ideas of things that you can do to help prepare your heart for Christmas, or if you have kids like I do, prepare them for Christmas. So let's go ahead and hit up the thrift stores, and we'll come back and I'll show you what I got. So we are starting off at Sunshine Thrift Store. I try to always put the locations because I know a lot of you guys are local, and so I was specifically looking for Christmas on this day. And you might think that around this time of year be really hard to find Christmas, but I actually think because a lot of people are pulling out their Christmas decorations, it's actually a little bit easier to find stuff because people have donated it recently. I found some adorable glasses with flowers that were super mid-century, and then these mid-century ones that looked so similar to these West Elm ones that were like 5 times the price. I thought this really chunky bowl would make a great fruit bowl or just a piece of decoration, but I ended up leaving it behind. I kind of regret it because I think it could have been used so many different ways, but it just looked like it had recently been repainted. As a crafty mama, I always enjoyed looking through the craft supplies because they are always cheaper than the dollar store, and I don't love supporting the dollar store. I would much rather try to buy something secondhand, and I was able to find some good things for my boys for Christmas for our little activities that we've been doing, and I will make sure to share those while we do our haul. I filmed this thrift haul video about 2 weeks ago and am just now doing the voiceovers right before posting this when you guys see it. And we have been so incredibly busy in our house. We are working on our kitchen backsplash with my parents who flew down to help us. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you've been seeing this process come together. But I talked a lot last week in my decorating video about rest and how I am working through an Advent devotional which has a focus of rest at its core. So it might not seem like I am resting very much through this season, but what I am finding is the importance of finding my inner rest. For many of us, myself included, the hardest thing around this season is adjusting expectations, especially with young children in the house, renovations, and the busyness of this season. So one of my favorite quotes from St. Augustine is, "Our hearts are restless, O Lord, until they rest in you." It might seem extremely annoying that I'm talking about rest during one of the most busy seasons of the year, but I think that there is a balance here that can be attained in our hearts even when things are super busy, which for us is definitely the case, and is good that we're doing lots of things, especially the things that bring us closer together with our family and with our friends. But the reminder that I need during this season is to adjust my expectations so that I have the ability to rest, that inner peace that doesn't get ruffled around when things don't go exactly according to plan. I have never seen an oil lamp this tiny. It was so cute. I didn't get it because I don't even know how to use this. And I also thought that this vintage basket was really cool, but I'm not sure what it would be used for. If anyone knows what this would be used for, or if it's just for decoration, I would love to know. right, now we are hitting up the Goodwill and went right for the candle section. Look how massive these are. I don't think I've ever seen a candle this tall, but they also had a very tall price tag. So did these tiny little balls. $4 for one of those. I just don't think that is worth it. I loved this little wicker shade. I think it's a shade for a candle warmer. Is that correct? I'm not actually sure. This piece was super interesting, kind of reminded me of something that you might find at Olive Ateliers, very rustic and aged, but it kind of looked a little better on camera. I think it in person looked a little bit like a prop for something, a little bit fake and DIY, but I'm not sure exactly what it was. I loved this piece, the colors and the crackled glaze on it. Can someone tell me though why it was $25? It must be like a collector's item. I'm not sure though. I really liked these little scalloped bowls, but they were in pretty rough shape, and I found stuff like this at the Goodwill bins where it's much cheaper, so I went ahead and left these behind. I did almost get this pillow for my 4-year-old's bedroom, but I didn't love that blue color in there. Just didn't match anything else, so I ended up leaving it behind. I am always on the hunt for good dresses, especially super flowy ones now that I'm pregnant. Unfortunately, this one was way too big. Okay, I just opened up my bags because I had totally forgotten, and I'm super happy about these items. They go along perfectly with my theme this year, which is like this vintage, handmade, and like using lots of wood in it, like natural elements. So let me show you what I got. The first thing was this tray. We're hosting a like Christmas party in a few weeks, and I don't really have many like serving things. I realized that at Thanksgiving actually. And so I thought I could use this. It has like a kind of plastic coated, maybe, I don't know, like enamel on this part. And then this is wood so that it can be like easily cleaned. This isn't old or anything, but it was only $1.91. And I believe it's from Home Goods. That looks like a Home Goods sticker to me. It could be for anything, really anything. Okay, I'm gonna save my favorite piece for last, but I found these mugs. I like how simple they are. The dark red I really like. And I only have about like one set of Christmas mugs. You guys saw me drinking from it earlier, and it's a glass. And they're old, so I don't really know if I should put them in the dishwasher or the microwave, so I just don't. But these would be perfect for putting my coffee in the morning. They're a good size, and because then I can reheat it, because if you're a mom, you know that always happens. 80 cents, I believe. Honestly, I'll just tell you at the end what all of this was, because they write their prices on things, and it's always really hard to figure out. It'll be like W48.80. Like, I don't really know what that means, but it always comes out really cheap, so I'll just tell you how much it all cost at the end. Okay, so for my very vintagey item, I found these ornaments. I'll let the kids put these on later today. My tree is completely childproof, except for like 4 ornaments at the top maybe that are fragile, and like the star on top, and I thought that these would be perfect to add to it because they're like straw or wicker. They are a bunch of different ones in here. So there's like a little angel in there. I haven't even really seen all of these in here. I just thought these had such beautiful vintage charm to them, and they're not gonna, I mean, they could break, but if it breaks, it's okay because they were only 101. I think that means $1. I don't know what this is. Is this a piece of corn? I have no idea what that one is. Maybe that's like a traditional something that I just am not sure of. Yeah, there's 3 of these. Are these supposed to be icicles? Let me know if you know. Okay, I got some children's items because I am putting together an advent calendar. I'm not gonna put a lot of presents in it this year because I now have 2 kids and another on the way. I am going to more do like activities of things that we can do together. I just need to be very
strategic and know which activities we can actually do on that day. So let me know if you would like some ideas on that, because I was looking up some lists of things like making treats for the neighbors and stuff like that. That's very wholesome and it gets them into that like spirit of giving. So I found this little rattle though, and these can be really expensive, like wooden toys, but it was only, I think, $1, 101, and I thought it was really cute. Actually, Benji has this exact same one that we got in Maine from like an artisan, and so I won't be keeping this, but I will give this to a friend. I have lots of friends having babies right now. But something I will be putting into my kids' advent calendar is these little ornaments that they can paint. So they're just like little Christmas trees. But I thought that they would love these. They're little wood. And then they have a little Christmas tree in their room that's like on their bedside table. So I thought that they could hang these on their tree if they're interested in that. 60 cents, so that beats probably the dollar store that these were from. I also got these in preparation for Valentine's Day because I'm sure we'll do something around then, and it's always good to stock up on stuff like this when you can, like before the season starts and you're like trying to actually find stuff. So again, 80 cents, better than the dollar store, and it didn't go to a landfill. This next one will be interesting to see how this works. This was from Lowe's, I guess, back in the day. It looks very antique, like it definitely was sitting in somebody's basement or something. Not basement, we live in Florida, there's no basements here. I believe it is something that we're actually gonna have to use nails for. Yep, there's nails down there. So we'll see how that goes. And this was, again, 80 cents. So if I can fill up our advent calendar with stuff like this and just like activities, and that is a great deal, I think. So something that I love doing with Christmas is having a rhythm for myself to know like what I need to get for my kids and what I need to prepare for them, so that I'm not trying to figure things out every year. I think it's also really important for them to have those memories, and they remember things. Well, my 4-year-old remembers things, not my 1-year-old, but he remembers things from years previous, and it kind of expects them again. So every year we've been giving him a little match car that we find just anywhere, but I usually buy them new. But this year I was waiting in line and found these little match cars for, I think it was like 50 cents. They had a big bucket of them. So definitely grabbed these, one for Benji and one for Gideon. So these will go in their stocking, and it's just like fun for them to open up their little cars. They're boys. They like simple little cars like this, which I'm so grateful for. I have been getting rid of all of our toys with batteries. Slowly, they've been disappearing. Just because I don't like replacing batteries, for one, but for two, I think that it really decreases their creativity with things. It like just makes them observers. Like they're just observing this toy work. Like their trains that had batteries, they would set up the track and then just watch the train. But now that they don't have those, it took them a while to actually want to play with their older ones that don't have batteries. Then now they're going around and like bumping each other and doing all the little boy stuff that they should be doing. And I'm gonna try to keep doing that, but I know it's gonna happen. People will give them stuff with batteries and it's okay, but I think it helps. Okay, so now for my very last item that I'm so excited about. Now, if you saw my video last week, you know that I collect nativity scenes. I love having these around for my kids to look at, for me to look at, just to remind us throughout the season. We always keep baby Jesus covered with either like a little cloth, or if it's like an individual Jesus, we like take him out. And then the kids get to put Jesus back into the scene on Christmas morning when it's like his birthday. So we make a big deal and like celebration out of that. So I found another nativity scene. It is unlike anything I've ever seen. Look at this. So this is handmade by Uncle Ben Rex Tissue. I don't know if that's his last name, but I thought it was so cool. I think that it is walnut. I should have asked my husband before filming this what he thinks it is, but I think it's walnut because it's that dark color. And I'm looking at my cabinet over here that I know is walnut, and it looks the same, but I don't know. What do you guys think? So this was only, as you can see, $4.94. I thought that was a great deal. Thanks, Uncle Rex. If you enjoyed this thrift haul, let me know by giving this video a like. Let me know which item you would have grabbed, and if you would like to see some more ideas of how we're preparing our hearts and our home and our kids for Christmas with the Advent calendar and more crafts that we're gonna do. So let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys, and that you all are having a very blessed Advent season. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.